Everybody is saying that disclosure is dead, but I'm going to take it one step further and say disclosure was never alive because we never defined what disclosure means. Everybody has their own opinions on what disclosure is to them. But how can we hold the government accountable for saying what disclosure is, or if we've achieved it, if we can't even agree on what disclosure is? Some people would say that the 2018 acknowledgement of the videos that were in the 2017 New York Times article, the acknowledgement by the DoD, that was disclosure. Some people would say that they need a UFO to land on the field at the Super Bowl and for ETs to come out and say, hey, we're here. Other people would say they need the president to go to a press conference and say out loud, yes, we've been capturing crashed craft for 70 years and we know all this information about technology. But because we haven't defined as a community or even as an organization, we haven't sat down to define what is disclosure. We can't possibly know where we are in the progress of reaching disclosure. This is why I've put together 5 milestones and some KPIs that I think are beneficial for moving the ball forward. And we don't have to necessarily adopt these five, but I think it would be a good path in the right direction. Milestone number one, government acknowledgement and program establishment. The goal here is the public recognition that UAPs exist, are not misidentified craft, and warrant serious investigation. And we've already got some of this, right? They stood up Arrow. Regardless of how you feel about the Arrow program, they did take an effort to stand up Arrow to investigate reports. There, we're seeing some initial reports and hearing some transcripts that have been made available to the public. We've got public statements by senior officials acknowledging UAPs as unidentified aerial or anomalous phenomenon. So this first milestone is probably close to being complete. Milestone two, release of authentic, verifiable data. This is public access to evidence previously held in classified or restricted formats. The release of unclassified video, imagery, or sensor data confirming anomalous flight characteristics. The declassification of credible investigations, briefings, or crash retrieval claims. Public availability of material samples or scientific analysis summaries. Progress on this one, again, partial. We've got the gimbal video and the go fast video that, again, the DoD said in 2018, those are legitimate videos that were acquired through the DoD. Declassifications are slow and very heavily redacted. This milestone is underway. Milestone three, scientific engagement and institutional legitimacy. This one is huge and very significant. This is the mainstream scientific community publicly engaging in UAP studies as a valid subject of research. This is not only the scientific community doing this out of the goodness of their heart, but because there is funded research at academic institution with results published in peer-reviewed journals. Public partnerships between scientific organizations and government or civilian UAP programs. Inclusion of UAPs in scientific conferences, symposiums, or federally funded projects. Where we are in this one is very early stages. I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson won't even acknowledge that UAPs are possible in the context that they might not be an observable phenomenon that we're just not aware of. Milestone four, legislative oversight and public transparency. The goal here is that Congress and the government agencies are required to maintain public-facing efforts and reporting on UAP activity. Some of the performance indicators here are passage of laws requiring regular public disclosure of UAP-related findings. Whistleblower protections are enacted and enforced for those in UAP programs. Formal congressional hearings with transparent records and witness testimony. This is also in progress. We've got the UAP Disclosure Act, introduced but repeatedly weakened points to this milestone. Complete legislative oversight remains a work in progress. Milestone 5, confirmation of non human intelligence or technology. This is significant. Official acknowledgement with supporting data that at least some UAP phenomena are not are of non-human origin. Some of the KPIs here are public facing scientific or governmental statements to differentiate between unidentified objects from human made craft, verifiable analysis of materials or bodies or biological signatures, creation of an interagency or global task force to assess implications of non human intelligence. We are nowhere near reaching this milestone. But if we adopt as a community, as a agency seeking disclosure, these five milestones and the KPIs included within, or some version of this, then we can track our progress. Then we'll know, are we making progress? Are we stalling? Instead of every 6 months getting a UAP hearing to hear a lot of the same information from new voices, but not really knowing if or when we'll move the ball down the field. This is what is needed for disclosure to stay alive. As long as we allow the ambiguity of just saying disclosure to remain and not defining what disclosure is and how we'll know when we get there, we'll never be able to really seek disclosure. Thanks for watching. If you like what I had to say, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video and share it with whomever you think would benefit from hearing this. Thank you.